Hi, and welcome to Conversations with the Experts. For this conversation, we are joined by Tina Long, who's going to be interviewed by Tony Talmadge. So I'm going to turn it right over to them and take it away.
Thank you very much, Corinne. Anyway, let's get this party started, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with my first question to you, Tina. Um, Tell me about your journey from diagnosis to recovery.
Well, I cried a lot. I found out I had cancer on Friday and was fortunate to have my surgery the following Monday. So I didn't have a long time to feel sorry for myself. And afterwards, I cried a lot. I felt guilty for doing this to myself, but especially to my family. See on their faces how horrible it was for them. After 6 months, I was doing some better, a little social. Then I learned to use the TEP and the base plate. And after a year, I was back to the new normal. So it was a struggle.
Absolutely, sounds like it was. I'm sure. Yeah, a lot of us can definitely agree with you on that.
Absolutely. It's happened to all of us.
Yes, indeed. What advice do you have for somebody getting ready to go through surgery?
My best advice is to listen to what the professionals tell you. You're going to go through numerous emotions. You're going to mourn the loss of your larynx, the loss of your voice, but you need to embrace your feelings, and they're true to you, and you need to just feel them and work through your feelings. Then get prepared, talk to people. Survivors read what survivors have written. And then the best thing you can do is just close your eyes and go with it and trust your doctor, your medical staff, and yourself. You have to have faith in yourself.
Absolutely. Yes, you do. And that's yeah, great advice. That is for sure.
And I'd like to add about caregivers. I don't know if you were going to ask, but that is my biggest platform. Caregivers are cancer survivors too. I think they have it more difficult than we do. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen in their future. They don't know if we're going to live or die. It's just a lot of pressure for them, and then they feel like they have to be strong for us.
Absolutely.
So I feel caregivers need to take at least a day off once a week, go pamper themselves, talk to somebody that will listen, or just go hang out with somebody and have fun. And you need to let your partner learn how to take care of themselves. They're either they're going to make it or not. And you just have to just let them go for it and not get absorbed with that.
It's a lot to take in, that's for sure. It's amazing. I mean, I've been through it, and my better half has been through it as well, and it's just been she's been incredible. So
she is incredible.
She really is, absolutely, and I think a lot of individuals out there will concur, no doubt about it.
Yes.
What do you want the medical professionals beginning to work with laryngectomies to know?
Mainly listen listen, and be patient. And if a patient comes in and can only communicate by writing something down, don't interrupt them. Let them finish what they're writing. And then look at their face and their body language. And then lead them into the next phase of their recovery. Sometimes they're going to have to be social workers, and that's okay. Listening does that. And, you know, I wish people that maintain your TEP, I wish they would learn how to put on a base plate and how to speak either with the electric larynx or through the TEP. Because I feel that once you can express yourself and speak or communicate, I think that's 90% of moving towards recovery.
Yes, and it's always very important to have that second way of communication as well.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if one part of the communication goes down, it's always nice to know that you have a backup. And like as for me, for instance, my backup is esophageal speech. When I don't have this, I do this. So this is how it works. But you know, it's not as clear, but I can still get the voice out there, and I can still be pretty well understood.
Right.
And it's good and very important to have that backup, and no matter what it is, just have another way of communicating.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, what emotional impact did losing your voice have on you personally?
Well, I love to sing, and I couldn't sing, even though people told me I should try blues. I love to swim, so I couldn't swim either from surgery. Just missed my voice. You know, I had my own voice, and I could be loud, and you know, that was like a part of me. Now, after 23 years, this is my voice and this is part of me.
I know how it works. Yeah, I know the feeling well. I was a lead vocalist as well, so
Nice.
I know exactly where you're coming from on that. However, I still do swim. You know, I guess these are the things that I refuse to let it take me down. So you know, I'm still being able to. I do try to sing as best as I can, but I do miss my voice just like you do, and I'm not sure every one of us do, and it's we just have to move on. That's how it works. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, what have you learned about yourself because of this experience?
Learned that I needed to listen more. I always was the talker, and I've learned that I need to listen more. And I finally was able to correlate that if I went out in public and people stared at me or looked judgmental, I've learned to tell myself that's their problem. It's not my problem. And even now, after 23 years, sometimes I have to remind myself that. And then the funny story is where I used to get my hair cut. Every time I went in, they'd offer me hot tea to help my voice. And, you know, absolutely, I accepted it, was very grateful, and just carried on. So there's sometimes you just need to let things go over your head and not get too wound up in it.
Yes, I thoroughly agree. Absolutely. I mean, you're very headstrong. That's very important. I mean, just staying positive is the majority of how it all works. You know, it's just it's really amazing how if you do stay positive, things will get better, and they always do. So
Yes. And sometimes it's hard to be positive, but you just have to take a day at a time.
all you can do. That's it. So how did losing your voice impact your job?
I own my own company, and it was mainly on the telephone. And prior to surgery, somebody would call and complain. I was able to put them on hold, wait a few minutes, get back on the phone, and disguise my voice. And they never knew the difference. So I heard how horrible this other person was, and, so on and so forth. And I listened and told them I would take the proper action and thank them for calling. And that was the biggest thing that I had about my job, because, I could work from home, so that wasn't an issue.
So I guess that was a big plus on your part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. This one here is one of my favorite questions actually, and because it it's kind of brings personal to myself. What is something you were told you wouldn't be able to do that you can certainly do now that you are a laryngectomy?
Smell. I can whistle, and I never really could whistle. So I still whistle as badly as I did before. I can actually blow out candles, and I can laugh. And people, it sounds horrible. People know when I'm really laughing. They can tell, because I have that sound. And of course, the more I make that sound, the more people laugh. So it's kind of contagious.
Wow, you are you're amazing. This is I was so thrilled and honored when Glenn asked me to do this interview. I said, how can I not do this? This is amazing. I mean, I felt absolutely humbled. This was great. To it's just been amazing. My final question to you, in with this lovely evening is how is becoming a laryngectomy changed your life for the better?
Again, I couldn't sing, so I decided to take up cello. And when I say that, people think I'm saying the congealed thing, cello. But I took up cello, and after a year, my teacher convinced me to join a group. So I joined a community orchestra. First, everybody would stare at me and, listen to me. And if I coughed, I'd get these looks like, oh my God, she's going to explode or something. So after probably 6 months to a year, we were at rehearsal. I coughed and my valve blew out and went under somebody's chair. So my standmate and I are still playing, but we're in a hysterics because it was so funny. So after we practiced the piece, our cellist, the main cellist, our first chair cellist, turned around and looked at us and he said, "What's going on?" And my standmate said, "Tina lost her voice." So then we all died laughing, and that assured me that they understood and that was just me. So now if I cough or make funny noises, nobody even looks my way. So I could actually be dying and nobody would know it till I fell off the chair.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's so nice that they just accepted all my sounds, and
it really is. I mean, it's amazing how that works. I mean, even today, like my coughs and my sneezes, they sound identical. So every time I like cough, you know, Laura says, "Bless you." You know, bless you, bless you, bless you. Just be on the safe side all the time, you know, because they're really identical. And but as far as your jello work, I really would love to see a video of that. If you can somehow just get that out there, I would love to see that, gentlemen.
Oh, that's sweet. But I'm one of those that even I have stage fright. And I had a teacher and he was great. But when I'd first get there, I would play just a little bit. So it took me a while to even get comfortable with that. So I don't think there's any videos of me.
Yet, but there will be. You know, now you're exposed. Now all the laryngectomy, people out there want to see this this star in the making, and that includes me. And that would be, I would love to see that.
Oh God! Only if there was other people playing with me could I do that.
You can do anything, Tina. You can do anything.
I can do it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have heard her play. She's amazing, Tony. I have heard Tina play on several occasions. And if memory serves me, did we not play together?
We did at a Voice Masters Christmas concert.
Yep, I played the flute and she played the cello, and we were fabulous.
Oh, I would have loved
so fabulous.
I would have loved to have been there to see that.
Yeah.
Well, Corinne, we need to do a reunion.
I think that would be a great idea. Of course, we've both gotten so much better over the years, so it would just be wonderful.
We'd be stars.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you both. I've been in the background, but I've been smiling throughout this whole conversation. And Tina, you brought up so many wonderful things that we need to consider. You know, when we talk about having a laryngectomy, we focus on voice so often, and that is a big piece of it. But you brought up processing your emotions, and that there are going to be a lot of different emotions, and that is so important. I think people going through this need permission to feel whatever it is they're going to feel, and they need permission to process it, and they need to know it's normal. You know, however you're feeling, that's how you're supposed to feel. And also the caregivers, that's so important. So thank you for mentioning that.
That was very important. Yes.
Yeah,
Well, I saw what I did to poor David, and he'd come home from work and then I'd follow him around, you know, talking to him. And if he'd stop, I'd, you know, run right into him. I love our caretakers, right, Tony?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for this wonderful interview conversation. And we'll close for now, and we'll see you next time at our next conversation with the experts.
Very much. I was humbled and very honored. Thank you very much.
Me too.
Good to see those lovely smiles. We'll talk to you. We'll talk at you, hopefully at the next IAL. All right.
Yes, I plan to be there.
Absolutely.
All right. Good night, everybody.
We'll talk to you soon.
Hey.